Sisters All You Need Volume 12 review. In Volume 11 of A Sisters All You Need, protagonist Itsuki was facing his most difficult challenge yet, overcoming writer's block. By the end of the book, our hero had found a solution, but it wasn't what his loved ones were hoping for. With the cliffhanger to finish up the book, I'd be eager to dive into Volume 12 and find out how things will change. Itsuki's writer's block came after thanks to his aversion to writing stories that feature sister-obsessed characters. In the end, Itsuki came to terms with the fact he could no longer be the hero of his own story and decides to crank out light novels without the passion he previously held. No one can argue that the work he's writing now is bad and arguably appeals to a much bigger audience, but the die-hard fans know this isn't Itsuki at his best, and it lacks the eccentric something that makes his work special. The person was upset by Itsuki's new direction in his girlfriend and fellow novelist, Nayuta, who can accept that her boyfriend will be fine with publishing work like this. At the very end of Volume 11, they break up. Now here in Volume 12, friends Haruto and Miyako are left to pick up the pieces as Nayuta shuts herself away and refuses to write, while Itsuki distances himself from everyone to focus on output over quality. Nayuta's refusal to write causes chaos at the GF Bunko editorial office, where Nayuta's work is not only among their most popular releases, but one of the books is currently being adapted into a live-action film. The editor-in-chief asks Miyako to do anything she can to aid Nayuta to start writing again, but as her friend, Miyako worries that forcing the issue isn't the right thing to do. She'd rather Nayuta took the time to bounce back by herself, either by fixing things with Itsuki or finding a new path forward. Meanwhile, Haruto is stuck with dealing with Itsuki, which is easier said than done, given the two are hated rivals as much as they are friends. Haruto has a new series ready to go into production, a robot fantasy with a multitude of talent helping out with illustrations and mecha designs. Usually, this will be the kind of news that will fire Itsuki up, making the quality of his output the best it can be, and spurring Haruto on at the same time. But with Itsuki in his current state, Haruto can do nothing but grow frustrated, having lost the one person who wanted to compete with the most. As always with A Sisters All You Need, this installment manages to combine tales of the publishing industry with heartfelt human drama. Haruto and Tsuki's argument and discontented feelings are perhaps not the most powerful storyline here. Instead, the rest with Hayuta and Miyako. I think that author Yomi Hirasaka focuses not only on how Nayuta's sudden decision to quit affects the publisher and the film team working on one of the adaptations, but also on Miyako's morals in not wanting to force a resolution. And certainly proves a learning curve for Miyako in general, given she wants to work as an editor who always stands by her authors and works in their best interest. In this case, what is in Nayuta's best interest? That's a question she must wrestle with. I'm not sure this release is quite as captivating and compelling as Volume 11 was. But that's not a knock against it either, given just how strong that book was. Volume 12 acts as a conclusion to the arc. The peak was clearly in the middle volume where everything finally came to a head. In this one, the readers are left watching over the cast as they pick themselves up and work out what to do next. With only 2 volumes left in the series, Yumi Hirasaka has to start wrapping up the various storylines we've been following all this time, and we are starting to see that happening, as the main story we've been following the past few volumes includes, alongside a couple of smaller plotlines that have been running for a while in the background. As much as I will be sad to see the series come to an end, I'm confident Hirasaka will be able to neatly tidy it all up in the book we got left, based on what's been seen so far. Sisters All You Need Volume 12 comes to the West thanks to Yen Press and continues to be translated by Kevin Gifford. The translation reads well, no issues to note. Volume 3 of the series, Volume 13 of the series, is currently scheduled for an English release in October. Overall, A Sisters All You Need Volume 12 brings one of the series' more emotional storylines to the extent after some thoughtful characters' interactions. With only 2 books left, we're heading straight into the finale, which I'm sure will be just as entertaining as everything we've experienced so far. 9 out of 10.